Alright gang, welcome back to our vanilla survival here in Osweiler. It is July, and as you can tell in the distance, it is harvesting day. This is the last main field we have to do for this series. We are going to do a few other things, so there is going to be at least one more episode after this. But we're coming to a close here. Now, some of you might be saying, well, this is way too short, Z, but, well, not really. My goal was around, somewhere around 15 episodes. I think we're going to get to probably 12 or 13, so we're going to be close to it. But I think that's probably where we're going to leave off it as well. There's no reason really to extend it any further than that. Mainly a couple of things we have to get done. Well, one, we just went past them. We've got to sell all of these bales at some point, right? And I believe they are still fermenting. They are, so we still need at least one more month for those to be ready to go. Also, I want to drill some of these fields as well. We don't necessarily have to do all three of them. I probably will, but I do want to drill some of these fields as well. We need to get the rest of the line put down on this field as well. As if you recall in the last episode, we kind of left off there because we ran out of lime and said, we'll probably take care of it in the next episode. And yeah, that's going to be our goal here today, is we're going to get this field harvested, and then, nope, I don't want a worker. So we're going to get this field harvested, and then we're going to kind of, go from there on getting some of these fields drilled. Now, we really can't put anything in the ground today anyway for any of these fields unless we do silage, maize, mustard, or hummus. Field grass, I guess, could also be done as well. Poplar, oilseed radish, the normal stuff can be done. But our seed drill that we have, we really can't put anything in until next month anyway. So next month, we'll probably get all of these fields drilled, I think. I think that's going to be our final objective, our final goal, if you will. And obviously selling those bales as well. So possibly 2 episodes, but more than likely 1. I guess it really just depends on how long it takes us to get this field harvested, get all the straw picked up, and if we begin any of the process of cultivating it or anything like that. I really don't know if we're going to or not today. Like I said, it's all going to depend on timing. Probably, just thinking about it, more than likely we're going to have to do 2 episodes after this one, but we'll find out. It's not that big of a deal. If it's 1, it's 1. If it's 2, it's 2. It doesn't really matter to me. But to kind of end this series, my main goal is to get the fields reseeded, replanted, and in a good spot to kind of leave the episode or leave the series off with. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. I know some of those comments I just made may or may not make you happy or unhappy. I don't really know. But as I mentioned from the very, very beginning, this was meant to be a mini-series, a short series, just because the last vanilla survival series we were running abruptly had to stop. It was not by choice. And, I just wanted to kind of carry it on a bit and do a little bit more of the vanilla approach. We do, as mentioned in the last episode, we do have a path forward. What is going to take over for this? We are going to be bringing back the Triple Threat Challenge, which was a challenge that I came up with initially when FS25 first came out. We've learned a lot from that series. We're going to modify a few minor things, but for the most part, it's still going to be that normal Triple Threat Challenge that you're used to and that you know and loved. But we're going to modify a few things where obviously we have a lot more mods to go through. We've got a lot more maps to choose from as well. Because when I first started that, it was when the FS25 had just first come out. It was super fresh. There was really no mods at all. There really wasn't any maps. There was very few and far between to pick from. So it actually made that challenge a lot more difficult because of that reason, right? We had to kind of use vanilla type of equipment in that series for at least for a little while we did. So now that we have quite a few mods out and there's a lot more options to choose from, it should open up our opportunity to really expand that series and really kind of turn it into what I wanted the initial one to be. Not to say that the initial one was not good. It was. I loved it, but this just gives us a lot more options. We also have the DLC, so we can add more crops. Well, specifically add onions, I guess, to the mix, right? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we get. Like I said, if you're not aware of that, I would go check it out. I'm working on kind of resetting the images a bit of that just to try to bring it up to a little bit of a better standard that I've been kind of putting out, at least my opinion, I've been putting out from as far as thumbnails go recently. So I've been trying to update that. And I'm also trying to just update the logo a bit as well. So it's a work in progress, but yeah, it's not going to be done probably by the time we start Season 2. But, whenever I have the time to do so, I will do it. Obviously, I can only make so many images a day. I only have so much time in a day. So whenever I have the time to do it, more specifically, whenever I'm working on an edit or maybe I'm doing something else that, I have to like listen to something or whatever, but, I have the time, I will, try to be updating those as I move along. It's just going to take a while to get through all of those. There's quite a few episodes there, so it'll take me a while. But what I really want to do more than anything with that is, once again, update or upgrade the thumbnails a bit, make them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit crisper. 2, I want to update the logo a little bit, and really what I want to try to do is incorporate what logo I come up with Season 2, so I can kind of just add a Season 2 to it, so it's very much a known quantity of what it looks like and what it should look like, and whenever you see that, you know what you're getting into kind of thing. Like I've been doing recently, right? Trying to make things look a little bit better overall. Does it really make that big of a difference in the long run? I don't know. Probably not. But for me personally, it does. So that's kind of what I'm focusing on a bit. That's not to say I haven't had a blast on this series. I really have. It's been a lot of fun. I like this map. But I just think it's time for us to kind of move on. I don't think we need to continue on this at this point. It's time for something new, if you will. I mentioned from the beginning, it was going to be a mini-series, right? So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but if you are upset, I do apologize. I promise, things coming out, you're going to be happy. You're going to enjoy other things that are coming out. If you don't enjoy the Triple Threat, you will enjoy the series that will be replacing the Kinleg series, which that's still got a little bit more legs on it. It's got a little bit longer to go, but it's coming closer to a close too. It's going to be there before you know it. It really is. One Tile Challenge is going great. We're having a blast there. I made some modifications to that recently, which you will see. I think you're going to enjoy it if you haven't already. I think it's going to be a little bit closer than we might have initially anticipated. There for a while, I thought I was really starting to take the major lead there, but I think they've made a bit of a comeback, a bit of a catch-up on me, so I'm kind of having to, pivot myself to an extent and add a few things in there that will hopefully help exceed and get us across the line, hopefully. I can't guarantee that. But that's hopefully the goal here, is to be able to get ourselves in a position where we really have a chance to win. If we don't win, we don't win, right? It's all for fun. It's not that big of a deal if we don't win, but I do really want to win. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Not giving any spoilers away, but just trying to, throw that in your mind to maybe go check it out if you haven't done so. We do have plans for that series as well when it ends, which, again, it's got ways to go before it ends. But, we probably have another at least 22, 23 episodes, I think, before that series will be done. Somewhere around in there, I think. I might be off by a couple, but it's somewhere in that vicinity. So we've got a ways to go there, especially if only doing 2 a week. Well, at best 2 weeks. Sometimes it's only 1 a week, right? Now, I'm trying to figure out the map I want to do that Triple Threat Challenge I was talking about on. I've kind of... I don't know at the time of this recording or not. I do not know if I will have the map selected yet or not. I probably... Well, I say the time of this recording. At the time this releases, I'm not sure if I will have it selected or not. I probably will. Because with the understanding that there's 1, maybe 2 episodes left of this series, I really need to start sorting that out. So I probably will have that figured out. But hey, let me know down below if you have an idea, I guess. Because if I don't, for whatever reason, if I'm still kind of back and forth between a few, and it's one that you like, that it happens to be one of the 2 that I'm back and forth between, hey, maybe you're that tiebreaker for me, and set us off on a specific map that you're looking for, right? Who knows? But I am obviously, I've mentioned it a couple times in the last 2 episodes, but I am very excited for that series to start. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do. So we got the rest of this field to do. This is our biggest field, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's this one or that one over there. I think they're very similar size. So we got a bit more to go here. It shouldn't take us too long, but let's get going. All right, the field is all harvested. We got to get that spelt into the silo for the time being. We'll wait to sell that, obviously, into the very last episode. We want to make sure we make as much money as we can off of that, given how short the series will be. And we got to get started here on the straw. Now, we don't necessarily have to get all of the straw done today. I would like to make sure we get both fields fully limed today, so we definitely want to kind of focus on that here in a little bit. But we can at least begin doing some straw here today. And like I said, maybe we kind of work on that a little bit in the next episode, and then maybe we end with the one after that, right? Which probably makes a little bit more sense. That way I'm not rushing things. I don't really want to rush to the end of the series. It's not anything in regard to that. It's just it's time to move on from this series is all it is. As I've mentioned a number of times, so I won't bring that up again. All right, so we got that closed. So let's jump into here. Oh, actually I had it on already. Whoops. We'll go and dump this into the silo, then we will grab our fertilizer spreader, and we'll head down to the shop, pick up some more lime. Probably another, I don't know. Well, I mean, we're going to have to lime the other field too, right? So we probably need a lot more than we think. 4 wasn't enough last time, so I feel like I'm going to buy 8 this time. Now, I'm not sure all 8 will actually fit into our spreader here. But, you know, I guess we'll figure that out. You might be saying, why'd you go this way? Well, I just like having it set up this way so it's easier to get out with it whenever we want to. I don't have to turn around that way. That's just a personal preference. Eggs are moving along nicely over there. Well, the eggs. The chickens are moving along nicely over there. I think they have reproduced a couple of times now for us. Yeah, they have. There's 30 chickens in there now, some babies in there, as you can clearly see. So, yeah, they're going to start really producing some decent amount of eggs for us as we move forward here. Now, 30 is nowhere near what we've got going on in the one-tile challenge, right? It's not even close to that, so don't get your expectations right here. But 30 chickens will still produce a decent amount of eggs for us before the end of the series here. So. Nothing in the used market. Normal there. That's pretty normal for us. Whoop, went too far. I knew I was going to. But I just bought 6 for the time being. If I need to buy an extra 2, we will. I just don't think our spreader will be able to fit much more than 6. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if it'll fit 6. But we do know it fit 4 easily. But it didn't have a ton of room left. So it's probably more like 5 or somewhere in between 5 and 6. But yeah, we'll figure that out. I guess I should have brought the front loader over here and picked up that pallet of herbicide. But that's all right. Too late now. Nothing I can do about it now. Let me get this filled up. I will meet you back at the farm. Yeah, I definitely should have put that front loader on here. I kind of screwed that up royally, but that's all right. We'll get it in the next episode. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I took our little shortcut that we kind of talked about doing at some point. Just because I knew I needed to get this field up here done, so we might as well go at it from this angle and go down because it's a little bit faster and we don't waste as much lime that way. Looks like this is actually being considered that it's already been completely finished, so didn't, I guess, need to really cover most of that, but that's all right. All right. I'm going to have to come back through here and touch up some of this, I'm sure. It's once again poker night for me again tonight. Feels like I just talked about that, but it is again. Last week didn't really go to plan. It's been a struggle for me for whatever reason. I'm just getting beat on the river every single time somebody calls. No matter what I do, if I'm bluffing or if I've legitimately got it, and they've got like 1 out or 2 outs, and they hit it on the river on me. It's bad luck, man. It's just bad luck right now, all the way around the board. I've said before there's other reasons why we've been in a stretch of bad luck. When I say we, I'm talking about my wife and I specifically. Not like we're not like in financial trouble or anything like that right now. Thank God. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But you know, just nothing seems to be going our way, if you will. You know, I talked about how she got into a wreck. Somebody just rear-ended her, right? It's just been constant things like that, which is just part of life, right? There's nothing you can do about that. It is what it is. But I just want to win. Just 1 week, give me some poker. Like some poker guys, just help me out 1 week, please. Just help me out once. No, I don't really play. I mean, I want to win, obviously. Of course I do. But I don't really play to win. I just play because it's fun, man. I enjoy playing poker. I've enjoyed playing poker, honestly, since the early 2000s. I'm dating myself there, but the early 2000s when poker was, you know, Texas Hold'em specifically was kind of hitting one of its peaks. I think it's even gotten even bigger now. It just doesn't feel like it because not as many people knew about it back then, but as they do now. Like, not as many people knew about it then as they do now. That's how I should have worded that. But you know, during that 2000 run area where you got Chris Moneymaker and all this stuff, and it was on ESPN all the time. It just obviously that's really where I got huge into playing poker, and I've loved the game ever since. So for me, it's not even necessarily about, you know, winning. Like, it would be great to win, but I know I've said this in the past, but you know, the league itself, it's not outrageously expensive. It's $30 a week. It's not like I'm out there spending hundreds of dollars or something like that. You know, $30 for what normally ends up being somewhere in the range of 3 to 4 hours of fun. I mean, that's less than $10 an hour. There's not many things you can find in life that are that inexpensive anymore, right? Most of the time, if you go out and do something, it's going to cost you more than that for an hour, right? If you want to go, you know, do any kind of event, you know, it's going to cost you more than $10 an hour, right? Most of the time, at least. Unless you're going to a park or something like that, which, don't get me wrong, I like doing that too, but if you want to go to like a sporting event, or if you want to do, you know, anything of that sort, I mean, you just look at the ticket prices. It's very rare when you can find anything for, you might be able to get a baseball ticket still up in the nosebleeds for like $16 maybe, but most baseball tickets you're paying $35, $45 anyway. So that's kind of where I attribute it to. Where am I going here? I need to go back over here. That's kind of what I attribute it to, right? I attribute it to, am I having the amount of fun that I need to have for the amount of money I'm paying. And 9 times out of 10, the answer to that is yes, right? And occasionally, right, when you I mean, obviously, you can have all the skill in the world in poker, but sometimes, you know, the cards got to fall your way, right? They have to... You got to get lucky sometimes. You can't always win by bluffing. You can't always win by reading people. You can't always win by just playing the solid strategy. Sometimes the cards got to fly your way. So, where was I going with this? I don't even know where I was going with that. I guess I was going with the fact that Poker Gods, please, just for once, give me some luck today and have the cards fly my way for once, huh? I need it badly because, well, I've already missed 1 week. It's a 12-week session. You've got to be above a certain cut line to be able to get into the final tournament, which I've talked about many times before. I won't really go into heavy detail now, but long story short, if you're above 36, the cut line of 36, or you finished in the top 3 1 week, you're guaranteed entry into the free roll, which is the 13th week, really, and you can win some big money on that because the place that we play at, they put up some money because we bring in so much money because we bring so many people to play in that poker tournament on Thursdays. So they put some money in to that. And we take $5 from that $30 every week and put it towards that free roll. So you have the opportunity to make some pretty solid money, honestly. I think first place normally during that night, the free roll night, I think first place is normally like $1,000. It's pretty good money, man. Now, 9 times out of 10, when you're at that too, or even a normal poker night, you know, when you get those final 3 or whatever, or even the final 4 sometimes, you normally chop, right? Which is perfectly fine with me still, but that's still good money, man. Normally on a weeknight, we have somewhere in the range of, it's normally like first place is normally, I think, like, 250, maybe 300 at most. It depends on how many people's there, really, right? You know, if it's a lighter night, then it's going to be smaller. But if it's a full packed house night, which I think the most they can do is like 63 or 64, maybe 65, something in that range of people. You know, if they have that many people, I mean, you can do the math there. $25 times that many people, and then they normally pay. Well, when there's that many people, they normally pay the top, I think, 7 or 8, but you know, if it's a lighter night, they might only pay 3 or 4 positions, or maybe 5, right? So, but it's fun, man. It's just something fun. It gets your mind off of everything, especially work. This also gets my mind off of work. I've talked about this many times before, right? That this isn't really a job to me. I just love doing this. This is fun, and it's relaxing for the most part. Obviously, there are some stress that happens sometimes, but not really. Not in the sense of my day-to-day job. There's no stress in this compared to that. I think the only stress that I normally deal with in this game is deciding if I put down the right thing or if I bought the right piece of equipment or whatever, right? That's really the only stress I deal with. And that's not really that much stress to begin with anyway, right? That's a very minor amount of stress. It's not like it's a game. It's not like after I get done playing the game, I'm going to, you know, take it with me and worry about it all night. It's a game, man. It's a game. I'm having fun, and I definitely want to entertain you guys, and I want to, you know mostly what I'm doing, but it's a game. I'm ranting here, gang. You guys let me rant all of a sudden. I haven't had a single thing to drink tonight either, and you guys are letting me rant like that. Lots of straw to get up here, gang. Lots and lots of straw. We're going to have to plow this field up. We are not going to be able to get done with it today. Just looking at OBS and the amount of time we've been doing this already, yeah, there's no way. Now, some people have asked me, you know, how do I record all this and everything and edit it, and they've asked me that in the past. But you know, I normally use OBS to record. I've got an Elgato capture card, which the way it's set up is a little awkward, a little weird, but anyway, it's connected into my Xbox, into the TV, and then into my PC. So it records what's basically happening on the Xbox, and then projects it to the TV, and then sends the recording file to the PC, if that makes sense. That's the way that I have it set up to work and operate. editing. Most of my editing I do in Canva. It's a program. It's free, but there is a paid version of it. I do pay for the paid version. You can do monthly or you can do yearly. Yearly is obviously cheaper. So most of my editing is done in Canva. The only thing that I don't really edit in Canva is well, I mean, honestly, there's nothing anymore. Back in the day, I used to do some stuff out of Canva, but I really don't do anything out of Canva anymore now that I think about it. I don't think I do anything out of Canva now. My thumbnails are in Canva now. They used to not be. That was what I was going to say, but now they are. So if you're wanting to do this, or you haven't done it yet, or maybe you just started and you're trying to figure out ways to better yourself, I recommend checking out Canva. It is a great program. I do have graphic design, minor graphic design experience. I have an actual graphic design degree, believe it or not. So I think that helps me in certain circumstances. I never really utilized my degree. I went into project management because when I first went to college, graphic design was supposed to be like a top 5 most needed job when I graduated. When I got out of college, it was a top 5 least needed job because the economy was in the pooper at that point. So obviously, what's the first thing that gets shelled when the economy's bad and nobody's making any money? Well, it's graphic design, advertisements, right? It's advertisement type of stuff, and that's what I was going into. So anyway, I'm not sure that it 100% helps me at this point since it's been so long, but I do think having that, and utilizing a system like Canva, it's relatively easy for me to grasp onto. But I don't think it's that difficult of an actual system. So if it is something that you're interested in checking out, I would highly recommend you do it. It's a very useful program. Even the free version, it's very useful. The only difference between the free and the paid is you're not allowed as much free reign with certain stuff. They just have paywalls behind certain things for you. Whereas if you're paying for it, then there's no paywalls. If that makes sense. It's like certain items, certain text, certain imagery, shapes, whatever, they might be behind a paywall versus if you pay for it, they're not. Now, people are asking about my music as well. I plan to, hopefully by the end of the year, I just need to make a little bit more money off of YouTube to really justify doing it. And that's not, I'm not begging for money. That's not what that meant. I just meant from, ads and stuff that I get, I need to make a little bit more for it to be worth it. But I would like to start including Epidemic Sound, which is a paid monthly or yearly subscription as well. Since I already pay for Canva, it's relatively expensive. So I don't feel like I can really justify paying for the music yet. So all the music that I utilize is free music from YouTube directly. Once you get to, I don't know if it's 1,000 subscribers or if it's 500. I don't know. They might have changed it, honestly. But once you get to a certain period or a number of individuals who are subscribed to your channel, you get access to free creator music, YouTube creator music. So that's where all my music comes from. I don't utilize any other music but that right now, but eventually I would love to expand out and get Epidemic Sound because they have quite a lot of good music, better music than I can find on YouTube, right? So hopefully by the end of the year, I might be making an extra, I don't know, $10 or something from YouTube, and if I am, hopefully at that point we can start to include Epidemic Sound. I just need to make sure that I'm able to afford paying for it, utilizing the YouTube money, if you will. And again, please don't take that as I'm asking you to pay more money. That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just talking to you realistic, as I always do, right? I'm trying to let you know that soon, that is my next major upgrade I want to make on the channel is kind of upgrading the music selection. And doing that, going to Epidemic Sound, will absolutely 100% do that. They have thousands upon hundreds of thousands of songs out there to choose from, where YouTube, it's not as much. It's not as much. As a matter of fact, the other day, I had uploaded a video for my members just uploading it like I normally do. A lot of the times what I will do is that whenever I upload a video, my members get to see it early. I'll upload the video. I won't even have the thumbnail done. What did I say? I didn't say thumbnail. I said something else. I won't have the thumbnail, there we go, done when I have it uploaded. I'll just upload it as it is, and then I'll get the thumbnail done as I have time. But last time I uploaded one and I got a copyright strike on one of the songs, which was weird because I've had that song for well over a year now downloaded, and I've used it in the past, and all of the songs that I have that has that on it right now that are up on my YouTube channel don't have any copyright strike. So they must have changed something on that song recently where whoever created it said, you know what, I'm losing too much money, too many people like this song, I am now going to not allow you to make money off of that song. In other words, what that means is if I use these YouTube songs, I have to use all the free ones, right? If I use one that's not free, there's two options. One, the actual person who created it allows content sharing, and what that means is I have to pay part of the money that I would make off the ads to them. So half of the ad, I think it's half of the ad revenue that I would make off that specific video would go to them, which is really unfortunate. Or two, you'll get a copyright strike which says you're not allowed to utilize this without permission from said user, and this video is now no longer monetized. Again, I've said this many times before, I don't make a ton of money off YouTube. I really don't. So I can't really afford to do that. So anyway, I had uploaded one the other day, and one of my members had already started to watch it. It was only uploaded for a couple of minutes, and I feel bad for him. But that was the reason why, right? Because YouTube gave me a copyright strike on a song that I've had in my library of songs for over a year. So it's very weird the way that works sometimes. So I guess what I'm trying to get at, that was a very long-winded rant about I would love to get to Epidemic Sound at some point here in the near future. And hopefully by the end of the year, the ads will produce another $10 or so a month that I can do that, right? If you add all that up, that's about around what it costs for Epidemic Sound for the year. I think it's like $120, I think, for the year, something like that. So, that's my goal. That's my goal, at least personally. That's my internal goal, is I hope that I'm making $10 extra a month by the end of the year, so then I can include Epidemic Sound, and we can start actually getting a lot of different sounds, and I can play with that for different series. Just a lot more options, right? A lot more availability for me to do some other different type of things, some different ideas that I have in my head. Of course, that all depends on time, but it would still be nice to have the option to do so, right? So we're almost done here, guys. You just let me rant for this entire field here. I don't know how many bales we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, so far. I know I can pull up the menu and it'll tell me, but 9. There's 9 bales. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bales. I'm way off. Way off. 11 bales is a lot of bales. Now, these aren't the biggest bales in the world. I mean, they're very small bales, but so when the time comes to sell the silage, we are going to sell all of these straw bales at that point as well. We don't have any auto-load trailers of any sort, so this is all going to have to be done by hand. And you know how great I am at picking up bales. So. I don't think we're going to get another bale out of this, unfortunately. I wish we were going to, but I don't think we're going to. We're going to run out of time. We're going to be just slightly short of having enough straw. 97%, we're going to get 97, 98% at most. It kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. But we're literally just barely going to miss it. I don't think there's any way for me to get a bit of this grass, excuse me, that's on the edge here. Normally it's going to yell at me and say that it's not my land or whatever, but we're going to see if I can sneak through here and grab it. Yes, we did get it, but that still didn't change anything. We're still at 97%. The only other option we have is there's a couple little grass spots kind of scattered around here we could potentially try to get. I'm not sure if that's actually going to do anything or not. In other words, I don't know if that's actually going to get us where we need to be at or not, but we can attempt it and see. Nope. Yeah, there's no way. That's unfortunate. Yep, that's unfortunate. Oh well. I guess it is what it is. 97 liters of straw just going to be stuck in there. All right, gang, we're going to leave the episode at that point. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button. In the case you've yet to do so, they're free to do. They help me out a ton. Thanks to my members. I cannot thank them enough for their continued support. If you want early access to videos like this one and the competitive one-tile challenge, there's a link down below to become a member. My second channel's down below. My Discord's down below. Everything you need is down below. In the next episode, we're going to get rid of those straws. We're going to get some of these fields drilled. It's going to be a good day. We'll probably have one more after that and kind of close the series out at that point. So, once again, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.